Hey, welcome to another 902 gaming video, and today I'm going to be going over an interesting deck list that I saw yesterday, I believe it was, that was posted on MTG Melee. They had a standard tournament, and this one is called Jund Sacrifice. It's just looking to use basically a bunch of artifacts that come into play with the creatures. Anything that basically produces something else so they can use the Oni Cult Anvil. And then the Teething Wormlet, which actually I was playing a mono green aggro deck yesterday or the day before. And this card actually stood out as pretty good. The fact that it gets Death Touch, the fact that it gets big every time any artifact comes into play. Mind you, it can only happen once a turn, but still gets pretty big. I think there's a little bit of room in here. I don't know if this is going to be any good. We're going to see. I guess if you're sacrificing the creatures to this and you're drawing a card as well, I mean, it allows you to filter through your deck quite a bit. But this card actually stood out quite a bit to me. And I think it's the reason this deck is green at all. Although I think this card here as well. This was a card actually I tried out in a Titania deck and was actually much better than I thought. Basically, it can sacrifice another creature and you can destroy any permanent, any non-land permanent for 4 mana. And then when it dies, you gain a bunch of life for all the creatures in your graveyard. So, and then it gets exiled. So it wasn't, I did have it in my Titania deck, but again, Titania didn't work out quite as well. This potentially could be a shell for the Titania deck, considering there's probably going to be a lot of creatures. There could be a lot of lands in your graveyard. I don't know, have to play it out and kind of see how it works. But yeah, it looks to just sort of overwhelm the board and then use Oni Cult Anvil to kill the opponent, as well as the Wormlet, and then basically just pluck away at the opponent's life total. We're going to see how it goes. I think standard right now is basically like small ball Magic. It's basically like mono blues, your blue-white soldiers, stuff like that. It's very difficult to fit in something into that metagame. But we'll see how this deck does. I wanted to try something different, and we have some other options over here in the sideboard. It has its Sushi for going a little bit bigger, some Graveyard Hate, Liliana's, Duresses, cut down standard stuff for sideboard. So let's go on to game number 1. All right, so playing game number 1 of Jund Sacrifice. I did try another game, had a little bit of a non-starter with it. Opponent seemed to be playing exactly the cards he needed to beat me. Basically, main deck, temporal lockdowns. I think I hit 4 Fading Hopes in the first 4 turns. So a little bit of a tilt there, but that's how Arena goes sometimes. It seems like the first opponent you play a new deck against has exactly what they need to beat you. This is a mulligan. Yeah, I think that's a mulligan. Okay, this is better. We're gonna keep. I need to keep the Boseiju to cast the worm. I think I get rid of the land because my curve is very low. So we'll play this. Play the Wormlet. And next turn I can play this. Or I can actually play the Crown next turn. Crown might be okay. But I think probably playing the Epicure. There is one small problem with this deck. Am I playing the same person again? I will be on ultra tilt if that happens again. Now that I can play this next turn. See what happens here. My last opponent that I played against, I had exactly the same draw. Oh, playing. Oh, okay, so we're playing like a blue-white flash deck, but why would you play that on your main phase? Okay. Potentially to block. Not discarding anything right now. All right, play land, play this. See, now why does it want to tap both of my colored lands and not my... God, that drives me nuts. I lost like 2 games playing yesterday because of it. Give them the option to trade with the Epicure, and then I just draw a card. I don't know if 3-color aggro decks can do anything in this format right now. I mean, you may be able to catch a few people by surprise, and maybe that's what this player did. I think this player went 3-2, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. They went 5-2, so... okay, well, I'm going to play this again. Not tap my black sources of mana. So now has Death Touch. We're going to equip it back to the Epicure. And we're going to swing. So now I draw 2 cards if they decide to block the Epicure. Oh, okay. Sure. Draw 2. That's not bad. This is a sacrifice another creature. I'm gonna play this. I feel this deck doesn't have anything to finish the opponent off. Yeah, seems good. I'll play this. I'll equip the token, unless maybe they'll counterspell it, but make disappear maybe. Nope. So this is a good combo with the crown as well. We'll equip it there. I like how this deck uses all of its mana every turn so far. Okay. It's a good way to get rid of a token. So now I don't need another crown. I think I need to keep it Anvil. I'm only going to be able to play 1 this turn. So if I play 1, sacrifice, the next turn is going to be this. Okay. I'm going to get rid of an Anvil. Draw 2. Okay, that's a little bit better. So now we'll play... Oh, yeah, I can't play. Okay, well, let's try this. See how this does. A little bit light on the red here. During my turn, so I do have to... Okay. Yeah, are you just blinking stuff? Yeah, you can see like the deck that I played against the first time where I just kind of backed out of the matchup. They were playing, I think it was Temporal Lockdown, the one that exiles 3 permanent, like everything under 2 mana cost. This entire deck is basically under 2 mana. So basically you hit like 4 permanents. There's no point in trying to keep up with that. Okay, so I can see here. I can go to combat. Then I can play. Yeah, I actually made him. Oh no, I can't play both. So, all right, let's play this. Yeah. We'll pop that. Draw a card. Play land. We'll equip here. End the turn. Oh, I should have done something here. That was a mistake. I should have sacrificed the other one. If you control a creature with a counter on it. Okay. So it taps the creature once. It only makes a 1/1, so I don't need to do it on my opponent's turn. Okay, so we'll activate. Sacrifice this. Pop that. I think I can kill them. Oh, I guess I didn't need this. I forgot that got haste. Nice. Well, copying the Skyfisher spider is pretty sweet. So playing against control. So I don't want this. Well, something with control elements, I guess. This seems something like I want. I don't think I need these. Wasn't a lot of creatures. Now, it's entirely possible that I see more creatures in the next game. I think we'll play that. All right, let's try this. You can see, like, this is a deck that if you can learn to play it very optimally, you'll do very, very good. Not going to duress. I'm going to cast the Wormlet. Then I can follow it up with the Crown. Then I can duress the following turn. Well, I'll just play this out. This combination is really good. However, this mana is not doable, I don't think. I mean, the only really way to do it on turn one is the wastes, so... Okay, let's play this. Okay. So this is an ultra aggressive start from this deck. My opponent's already at 10 on turn 3. And they seem to be short on mana, so... I can't believe they kept the one lander. Okay. And we'll duress, just in case they have a 2-mana play that we can get rid of. What's this thing? They were almost there. They had kept the one lander with no plays. Yeah, good game. Yeah, so you got to see the super fast aggressive draws from this deck. Unfortunately, my opponent didn't do a whole lot in the second game, so but you can see the potential there. And if there's not much of an answer from the opponent, you can pretty much run over them. All right, that was game 1. On to game number 2, or match number. I keep saying game. I mean match, not game. It's best of 3 games. So this is match number 2. The last match actually was pretty good. Showed the power of the deck, but it wasn't met with much resistance either. So I'm gonna mulligan. Okay, so I don't have the Wormlet on turn 1, but I can play this on turn 1. But don't think I'm going to. Oops. I'm going to keep. I actually think putting the Wormlet on the bottom here. Maybe this. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay, we'll just play the Haunted Ridge. So we can either Blood Tithe Harvester, Blood Tithe Harvester again. So we can play this guy turn 2. We have a go for the throat turn after, and potentially if we draw a green source by turn 3, we can play it. There we go. Even though you're off curve a little bit, you do waste a little bit. It might not be worth it to play that card. I'm not sure. Might have been more worth it to play this, then next turn have this and this up. But we'll see. Let me see here. I can create a treasure token or a blood token. I think we're gonna try this old Rutstein out here and see what happens. Get a beetle. Okay. Okay. Sure. Yep. Okay. Yes, we're popping this. I'm gonna go to combat. Play another one of these. So we're playing against 5-color the Kami War, the Great Kami War, whatever. Yep. Okay. We'll play the lands. I think we gotta pop this down. Can't really attack into that, so fortunately I'm not gonna be able to use the second ability unless I draw maybe a land or something. Yeah. And this is maybe I did play it a little bit wrong. I could have played it a little bit better, maybe. Well, that's okay then. Oh, right. That does only trigger once every turn. No attacks. I forgot that. I should have saved this for next turn. Yeah. What I really wanted is a third enchantment. Actually, I could have actually got the third artifact here and given them Death Touch. Yeah. GG's. One board wipe and it's kind of game over there. Okay, so we definitely want the Yatsushi here. We want the Duress 100%. Want the cut down. Go for the throat comes out. Mishra's deck comes out. Rutstein can come out. We'll drop a Transmograt's Crown too, I think. Okay, let's go with this. Yeah, again, one of the downfalls is you kind of have to go wide and then you're just open up to a sweeper, so. I'm going to keep. It's not a great hand, though. This card might need to see more copies, but it still doesn't come into play turn 1 untapped. I mean, this is essentially 3 mana, right? Okay. Yeah, I almost played that. Yeah, play this. Play the crown. It is possible that the crown never gets sided out. All right. Not much I can do there. What is he? 2 mana, and then this becomes a 6/6. That's fine. Okay. That's unfortunate. I can play a Fable. Okay. I could have sacrificed the crown and then be able to cast this. Sure thing, champ. All right. Well, GG's. GG's. You do suffer against over the top. I might have played it a little bit wrong there in match game number 1. I might have played a little bit. Probably could have played a little bit tighter. But I don't think it mattered. They had drag to the bottom and single removal spells. Again, that's kind of the downfall I see of this deck. If you're not prepared for it, it can run you over. And then if you are prepared, you're not going to stand a chance. All right, that was match number 2. All right, so we're on to match number 3 now. And after the shellacking that I got in match number 2, hopefully we have a little bit of a better one in this game. Opponent goes first. Still feel like I have to mulligan. Okay. We got to put this. Nah, I think the go for the throat goes to the bottom. I might 2, 3, 4 now, so play this. This is the first time I noticed that the Zatora's Proving Ground actually has a no, I have to play this on turn 2. Three and then 4. It is a little bit clunky. Yeah. I was just playing make 2 1/1s. Okay. Wow. And just like that, it's game over. Okay, then. Opponent. So I don't really know what this deck was actually playing against, but I may be playing wrong. I just don't know what I do against this. There's no. I'm basically just dead. I'm basically just dead. Yeah. You know, they open themselves up to a wrath, but I don't have a wrath, so They don't really lose anything from that. Well, okay then. No, I probably shouldn't have attacked there. That was dumb. Yeah. I'm just making mistakes all over the place here. All right. Three lands. Wow. Okay. No blocks. Okay. Well. Can play this. Sacrifice this. This. Sacrifice this. Let me just pop that. And no attacks. Okay. I'm not meant to win a single game today. My opponent essentially curved out fairly well. I don't think I have any. Sure, I'll gain a life. Well, land isn't anything that I want. My opponent's also gaining an absurd amount of life here. Okay. That's 3 lands in a row now. Okay, so if I play this, I can sacrifice it, make another token, make another copy. What does this thing have? Just protection from werewolves. If I make a copy of Blood Tithe Harvester. Okay. It's that to kill this thing. Okay. Let's see here. I think I need to play this now. I have to sacrifice it, I think. Okay. I'm gonna play this out. No attacks. End the turn. Sure. Yep. So next turn, I'm going to have to get rid of the Luminous Phantom with the Blood Tithe Harvester. My opponent's just 1-1-1-1-1, and they conceded. All right. Well, I don't know if they... I think I eventually would have won that game, but they could have easily drawn into something else. So I want that. I want this. Don't think... they have anything in their graveyard? Maybe they did. So we'll cut down there. That card seems to get cut all the time. Cut downs, these aren't the best, I don't think. I think we're just gonna cut one of those. I think everything else is too good. They're probably gonna be playing some mass removal now, I'm assuming. But we'll see how it actually goes. This is okay. I think this deck could actually have a good matchup against like the Grixis mid-rangey kind of decks. Alrighty. Superb draw from my opponent. I think we're just gonna go to combat here. They will gain a lot of life from the Luminarch, or the Lunarch Veteran and stuff. I don't have much of an answer to it, though. Okay. Okay. Non-creature artifact or non-creature enchantment. Okay. Unfortunately, I have to do this. Just gonna keep trying to put pressure on my opponent. Okay. Now, if they happen to have another one of those, that's fine. going to attack. I'm just going to play this out, though. We'll end the turn. I will... won't kill Darian next to the end of the turn, because I'll just use the reflection to kill it. Okay. The absurdity of this deck. Oh, man. Alrighty. That's the soldier. It's a human. Sure. Ah, come on, deck. All right. No, 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 no. It's an 8/8 now, I guess. So potentially, I guess this just dies. Play. We'll unearth this. Sacrifice it. Could play the anvil. All right. We'll just play this out. Does 2 mana give me anything? No. Playing this doesn't do anything for me. Okay. Unfortunately, they had just too many pumps, too many things. Darian's he's gonna get huge. Make everybody huge. It's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. Oops. Sure. Yep. Probably shouldn't have attacked with Darian there. All right. No more lands, deck. Oh boy. No. Okay, so this is 3 mana. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. Okay. Is that more land? Jeez. So I can play this till the end of my next turn, correct? Next turn, okay. Ooh, that token just touches the graveyard. Wow. That's crazy. All right. You got another nonsense play there? No. Okay. Yeah. Got them. Ooh, that was tight. I don't think they should have attacked with King Daring. I don't think they realized that the worm had Death Touch. That was the only reason I even won that game. I don't think my opponent should have attacked with that Darien. I should have lost that game. So I'm going to be doing a review of the deck and kind of see where it can go or if there's any more improvements for it. All right, so I'm going to go over the deck here. Cards that really stood out. This combination really stood out. Obviously, Mirror Breaker and Skyfisher stood out a lot. Teething Wormlet, not the deck for it. I think it was far too weak in this deck. The mana doesn't lend it to being able to be cast on turn 1 consistently enough. I think I need to have a Boseiju, Llanowar Waste, or a Forest. It's 8 sources. Problem is one of these doesn't allow me to curve into Blood Tithe Harvester or Oni Cult Anvil. So there should be something else that we can probably put here. Maybe something in black. Rutstein didn't perform near as well as he could have. It did draw a removal spell. I can understand playing one, but it can get out of hand if it's left alive. That's true. You can get a bunch of tokens to go wide. But I think this here is a weakness of the deck for sure. I think there could be something better in both of these spots. I think even playing a Lily might be okay in those spots. It's another removal spell. Everything else was pretty good. This was fine. Was actually showed its power in the last game where I actually was able to unearth a couple of copies. And that was okay. I think there could be something better. I think I have to look and see if there's anything better. The Crown was good in the games that I was able to drop the Wormlet and then, something else on turn 2. And then, play this on turn 3 and equip it right away and attack. I was able to smack, my opponent for quite a bit. I think I did 10 damage in one game by turn 2 or turn 3 rather. So that was pretty good. But yeah, there is something here. It's for random matchups. This seems like a deck that it was designed with a specific metagame in mind. And if I actually have a look at the metagame from this tournament, there was a lot of Grixis mid-range, Grixis control, mono black. Mono black actually didn't seem to perform very well. Let's see here. Yeah, Esper, Mardu, there's Esper. Yeah, so it seems to be, a lot of Esper, a lot of Grixis, a lot of control type decks. I was also not playing Temporal Lockdown in game 1. I don't fault them for playing it because in reality, it's a very good sweeper against aggressive decks. Just does nothing else against the majority of the field. So it does seem like it's a deck that was built with a specific metagame in mind. You're really trying to get in some really, really fast damage and then maybe control the board with Fable, Skyfisher, and Blood Tithe. I think that's why there's not a lot of removal spells in the deck. But there was a lot of times where I would play the Deathcap Glade tapped, and then I think I played in the second match that I had. Play something tapped, not being able to cast the Wormlet on turn 1. Then I would cast the Wormlet on turn 2, which potentially could be a mistake. I really wanted another 1 mana play, so have to look at the mana and see, maybe I want more cut downs instead of the Mishra's Desk. It just kind of sits around unless you're in the board state that I was in that last match, where you would, you need to draw more cards than your opponent. And I think there's maybe better cards for it. Although I like discarding them to that and then be able to play them later for 3 mana to activate as well, like 2 mana to unearth and 1 to activate. So it's definitely some type of card draw for a deck like this. I don't know where else it could go. These, like I said, these cards here, the Skyfisher Spider has been impressing me every single time I've played it. It's just a catch-all for a Gen type deck, or maybe even Sultai type of deck. But yeah, the deck was pretty good. It was pretty fun. It was nice actually playing like a different kind of aggro deck. So yeah, but like hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, tried something new. I liked actually playing a little bit of an aggressive deck. I liked that last match because that was more of an indication, I think, of where the deck is at. Like, you've got to really finesse your plays a lot. So this is the type of deck that would reward a really high skilled player that has played it a lot of times and in a specific metagame. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.